Hello viewers, this is Desert Dark Knight 97 presenting you Fire Emblem Sun God's Wrath in hard mode 0% growth. So today we're doing chapter 5 successes Vice Age. This is an interesting chapter because it's the first chapter which introduces, not technically the first, but it's the first chapter that introduces the dragon type enemy to you. So there were monsters in the previous chapter, but dragons are basically bugged up enemies, so that wasn't exactly the best strategy in my mind, but I guess you're just chipping him down with Savage Blow, and Lex isn't exactly like Gale Force at this moment, so yeah, he gets Gale Force right about now, so he's gonna get an extraction, so he's probably gonna kill that soldier or a dog around there, at least chip him, so that someone else can kill him off. And Renina takes care of the dog around there. That's the best thing I can say right now. I don't exactly know the name. Okay, you have to use this spell around here, but I just removed it because I assume that this guy is gonna disappear for this chapter, but it's probably the next one. I wasn't ST with Discord, so I'm still in there, but at the time I thought this was a chapter where Fomo was gonna disappear, so we kinda removed the stones. Okay, we're removing a Fiend Cleaver and giving it to Charles just because it's an effective weapon against monsters and that is going to help us. But Sally even shaded around. Get physics stuff, it is going to be useful if we use it. You should be able to get one by capturing a bishop in chapter 4, so that shouldn't be hard. I needed at least the double one, so don't have to worry about that one dying there. Luckily, while his dragons have inflated stats in a way, they don't move around much, so at least most of them don't move, so getting a sweet time reaching them. But there are reinforcements like next to this chapter, and throughout this game there are going to be reinforcements that force you to rush towards the front part. And this version, Joe isn't a quick Crepos, instead he has Gentle Home, I guess, to remember right. And that's going to suck because not exactly a good skill. Normally, I like all these minor boosting skills, but none of them are, except Nia is a girl. None of them are girls there, so it's not going to boost them to some degree. And speaking of temporary units and NPCs, you can't move around, but you want Catherine to reach her if you want to get a safe robe, so you might want to rush there. And Iskander is a unit you'll get later on, but for now you won't get him. What is it? Menu is semi-transparent. Almost faded actually. I know it's normally semi-transparent, but okay, we're gonna perform a pillar for more evade and kill most of the monsters towards that. And Jenna's gonna heal up Charles. You really want to be careful where you place Charles and Jenna because Elrond and Boost really plays a huge amount of zone control. Luckily we should be able to double, so And Lex has Gale Force, which means I'll get another chance to ship an enemy down. And with Relenna's burst speed is no way I'm not going to double most enemies if I place them in the right position. And speaking of Nadate, Nadate is essentially a mercenary with some thief-like properties. So Nadate can steal, I guess. She can have, maybe she has some extra vision in Fog of War, but yours in SG we have some traits of thief, but not necessarily all of them. For example, Nadate can steal. This character later on you can see well in Fog of War and open lockpicks. Nadate can open lockpicks, which kind of sucks. So Nadate can open lockpicks and she can see in Fog of War. So, and she can also wield the Emblem sword, Emblem axe later on if you plan to use her. So Emblem axe is basically a powerful axe. So if you plan to use her in the long run, that might be a use for her, I guess. So are you going to go for Charles and get one shot at a Beacon Axe or Fiend Flavor, sorry, or will you have Foma and get hit hard by Fire Dome? And this John is a strong NPC. He's a temporary unit, and so is the Belefron there, I guess. Mostly all of the units except Iskander, Boiler Warning, going to be enemies at some point, so some of them are going to fight you while some aren't going to fight you, or some of them are optional bosses, so which is a shame because I love to have them in my party for sure. And these moods that move around, and so there's Iskander. You can position them with reposition, rescue drops. So that shouldn't be a huge issue. You want Iskander to take care of your enemies. You might want to do it since he's one of the bulky units around here. And everyone's gonna pull some heal strats. Lexus going to be healed, and sadly he doesn't do a lot of damage against dragons, but luckily all dragons are weak to a specific type of magic. All of them are weak to thunder, so frankly it shouldn't be hard to get them. And Talking Nade gets you Light Blade, which is a pretty powerful 1 to 2 range sword. Of course, a Flame Sword or the Thunder Sword you might get later on is the best weapon you can get. Best Magic Sword you can get. That alone pushes all your Magic Sword units combat. Probably be the best offensive combat for most of the game, even at 0% growth. So there are going to be reinforcements around there, so we're going to push our trio of enemies units around there. The Struans around there have Elven and Physic, but sadly I can't capture them because otherwise I have to have their weaponry with me. And this kind is easily going to take care of them, but sadly it doesn't double them for some reason. I mean, it works in my favor since I get more experience, but well, yes, what does it matter if you can one-shot them, right? The true ones don't prefer healing over attacking. Well, there goes my experience, but well, luckily there are a lot more reinforcements, which means my experience team is going to be fairly steady. And Jerob's an interesting unit. He gets a skill that negates weapon tracker advantage at least by the hit margin, and most of the magic is around the hit margins, so it kinda helps. And he gets one extra move compared to the rest of your army. Species is around 1 though, so don't expect him to crit a lot. And there's Gale Force. And I see why Lex is one of the best units, even 0% codes. And yeah, I mean, it gets double and eventually, which means he's always going to double. And if you chip enemies enough to kill, Lex always attacks twice and tries if you use a dancer, so 4 times to use another dancer. You can see incredible potential weapons. Should have built a Bright Lance around here and stuff. The Fiend Cleaver, but it does a job, so I'm fine with it. There are several ways to deal with dragons down there. One is using Thunder Magic. Other is using Savage Blow and Poison Strike to reduce HP. So you can take him down with another unit with a crit or anything else. Other one is using Johan, I guess. Not Johan, it's Gerald, yeah, Gerald. Keep mixing with Genealogy of the Holy War, so Gerald has a skill charge and a killer axe, which means the more you move him, the more damage it does, and the killer axe has a high chance of hitting them. So you combine that with Savage Blow, it's another ability to take him down. The later version, Joe kinda gets quicker force, so Joe can deal any amount of damage. You can pretty much deal with the dragon. When we face this, takes care of the reinforcements around there. And this is a bit risky, but Puma is easily going to take care of the reinforcements around there. You might want to keep him with Grave instead of Fort just to be safe. But it worked here, so that's all that matters, I guess. Scandus. That turns a smart monster, but luckily Scander is a lot smarter than he is. Something you want to notice here is that Phantoms don't exactly have 1 HP. The Soldier of the Forest and typical FP8. Phantoms generally have 1 HP. FP8 are just weak enemies, and Soldier of the Forest are the hard hitting units you want to take care of before they hit you, so that's 2 instances of Phantoms, I guess. Another one is the heroes we deserve as a sword, but you guys experience summoner, which is kinda cool. As far as I know, those are location of summons in Fire Emblem, the hacks. Other than the reinforced skill, which summons green units or yellow units. So the demon dragon around there, or the hell dragon, what its stone is weak to thunder magic and only thunder magic for now. Day dragon is a nice dragon, which is weak to fire magic, but at least it's weak to it now. The fire dragon, the dragon of flames, is weak to any ice storm, which means blizzard or hail or wind or similar ice type magic. Of course, is also the white dragon immune. The grey dragon is a mage dragon, which means it's immune to magic, but at least it's seemingly immune to magic because Mage Stone gives around 40 resistance, so can damage them with units of high enough magic, but generally it's better off using physical damage on them. You started Fuma. The lack of damage doesn't matter because Poison Strike is going to reduce his HP by at least 21 to 1/5 of what it is right now. Was the Mage Dragon? Well, that's interesting. So, you strike with either. Strike with Ulysses for Savage Blow, that should reduce his HP a bit further. One crit should likely take him down to point where he can take him down with someone else. Going to get reinforcements this turn, but on the next we'll take care of at least 1 or 2 dragons. And Shral is going to heal up. Everyone's going to heal up Jadal. Yes, I don't have rally strength, rally magic, which could have made this fight a lot easier. John doesn't double them, but does hit him hard, which kind of helps. And Final Catron is near Nia, which means I can hear a Seraph Robe. Normally it put us in Astria, but might make an exception around here and throw in someone else. You can see that this atom is very effective against the Fire Dragon and takes out a huge chunk of his health. Luckily the dragon misses, but it's not a huge issue. Uma can pretty much kill a dragon with Assassinate for sure. Before a dragon even counter-attacks, so we're going to do a trade chain. Well, the Fire Tome does its job, so we might as well use it. And Foma's B rank in Nano Magic. Probably gives some better might bonus, which kinda helps. Foma's gonna be useful until it starts doubling, that is. But normally it'll be pretty useful even when his magic cap is pretty low compared to most of your magic units, but on 0% growth against the average magic stats around for the endgame magic units, that is, it's around 18 to 24, so doesn't make a huge difference out of it. So we can position all these greeners to take care of Mage Dragon if you really want to be a bit safe. Shouldn't be hard because reposition exists and Shout is there. So if you want to be absolutely safe, you might want to do that. As usual, it started Savage Blow and extra ship. But I guess you're better off repositioning since it's a lot easier. He's a Mage Dragon, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to the cheap tome since I'm not going to damage him out of the way. Luckily, the guy decided to miss. Frankly, it doesn't matter since. We just need to chip his cell down. The killer axe should be more than enough to take care of him even without a crit. Gerald's going to be pretty useful. You can use bows, you can use axes. You get a wide variety of axe units, which this huge HP blobs, honestly. So yeah, Gerald, you get better axe units like Orides, for example, who gets Gamble and all this stuff. Gamble's pretty much changed. Minus 20 hit plus 20 crit. Works well at Orides if he doubles. He's actually gonna crit. Of course, you can use any fire tome, but Inferno has a higher amount of crit, which means Homer might crit and kill a monster. If he doesn't, Poison Strike is gonna push him down to point where someone else can take him down. And that should be it for this map. Look forward for a lot of betrayal, I guess. And some insane action there. Anyway, that should be it for this chapter. Consider leaving a like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you're subscribed, click on notification bell and look forward for more content. And until next video, goodbye.